Hi, welcome back to Alicia K Lifestyle. My name is Alicia and I'm glad you're here. Let's make something pretty. The monthly sewing projects are back, but before we get into the 2024 monthly sewing projects, let's talk about how all this came about. So I started sewing consistently in 2016, and you sewers know how it is. You start sewing, everybody asks you to do everything, and I was saying yes because it was good money and I was enjoying it as well. I enjoy making women feel pretty and beautiful and all that kind of stuff. But I was getting busy, and as a creative person, sewing was my outlet. So me sewing for other people became a lot more than I expected, and I had less time to sew for myself. So sewing for other people, sewing for myself. And so I definitely noticed a change in myself and my creative outlet. I needed to sew for myself. I couldn't just do things for other people, but I also wanted to do things for other people. So that's when I came up with the idea of monthly sewing projects, where I set aside specific time to do something for myself. It wasn't just, oh, I have some free time, no, I have planned in my schedule, along with planned in my schedule doing things for other people. There's plans in my schedule to sew things for myself. And it was great. That's what it started off as. So that's what I started to do in 2021. And along with doing things for myself, I also wanted to try new things. I wanted to work with new fabrics. I wanted to challenge myself. I worked with leather. I worked with 100% silk for the first time. It was crazy. You know, I tried some new patterns. I tried my own pattern drafting. Like, I was out here learning, having a good time. And now in 2024, I'm a better sewist because of it. It was great. It was great. And what it turned into was every month, well, I would sew for the full month, and then at the end of the month, the last day of the month, I would reveal it. So no one knew what I was working on. I maybe share hints and clues every now and then on Instagram, but it was pretty much a secret. And I did a really big reveal at the end of every month. And it started off as something for me, but it evolved into something that other people looked forward to who follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, or maybe even Pinterest sometimes. But yeah, that's what it turned into, and it was great. So many great things came out of it. So in 2021, obviously there are 12 months. You would think I made 12 garments. No, I made 24. Okay? So in January, there was one garment. In February and March, those are all one garments. And then in April, I made a garment that was versatile, interchangeable 3 different ways. So that's 6. And then I did the same thing in July. So that was another 3. And then in September, for my birthday, the best month of the year, I don't know where my mind went, but I made 6 outfits. 6 garments in in September. 6. I don't know who I thought I was, but that's why y'all are just now getting the 2021 full videos on YouTube, because I was tired. Anyway, that was that in September. I made 6 and I was tired. I made 2 garments in November, and then I had extra fabric and I decided to make pants to go with it. And then in December, I made one garment that was interchangeable 3 ways. So that's 25. It's not 24. I made 25 garments in 2021 for myself, for my monthly sewing projects. And that doesn't even include the ones that I just made on a whim when I had free time. Anyway, that's what I did for the monthly sewing projects in 2021. Now it is 2024, and I've decided to do monthly sewing projects again. It's been 3 years. Yes, I took I needed a break, but I'm back with the monthly sewing projects. I'm so looking forward to it. Let's talk about January. So I ordered the fabric in November of 2023 from Spoonflower, and it wasn't my first time ordering from Spoonflower, it was my second time. I'd ordered from Spoonflower before in my September 2021 monthly sewing project, and I said, hey, you know, I liked that it was cotton canvas. You know, I like the structure of cotton canvas, and so I made up the big dress in 2021, and I wanted to order from the site again. Not specifically for the January monthly sewing project. I was not thinking about this in November. So I was just scrolling through Spoonflower, and I saw this beautiful patterned, it was green, and it had peach. It looks like it's pink, but it's actually peach. It's a deep hue of peach, but it's peach, so it looks pink. And there were brush strokes, just beautiful brush strokes, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And with Spoonflower, you can order that same pattern on different types of fabric, but like I said, I'd only ordered cotton canvas before, so I definitely wanted to get cotton canvas, and I got 2 yards of that. But I decided to order jersey, 1 yard of jersey for the first time, and that was great. So it came in, and I was really excited. I forgot that I ordered it. So when it came in, I was surprised, and I was happy. Special delivery for me, yay. And I was a little bit perplexed, if you would, because it wasn't the exact same color. It was the same print, but it wasn't exactly the same color. And I was a little disappointed, but there was nothing I could do. And I just had to deal with it, that the cotton canvas was not the exact same color of the jersey. So the difference is, at least to me, the cotton canvas is a bright peach and green, and the jersey is more of a pastel peach and green. When you look at it, when it's really bright outside, directly in the sunlight, you can't tell a difference. But in photos and some videos, if there's like an overcast, you can really see it. And so honestly, that bothers me. It still bothers me, but it's something I have to get over, because everything's not going to be perfect. So moving on. So when I finally decided to do monthly sewing projects in 2024, I knew immediately that I wanted to use this fabric, because I didn't have any plans for the fabric. I just liked it, and I think it was on sale, so I bought it. So when I made my mind up, finally, which was, I'm not going to tell y'all how close to January 31st that I finally decided to do monthly sewing projects, but I made this monthly sewing project January in 3 days. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, I knew I wanted, when I finally decided to do this, I knew I wanted to use this fabric. So I made a rendering on Canva, and it came out really great. I knew I wanted a bodysuit with the jersey fabric, and I knew I wanted a structured skirt with the cotton canvas fabric. And so that's the rendering that I did, and that's exactly what I thought I was gonna do. But being me, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna change my mind. If there's something I'm gonna do, let me tell you, I'm gonna do an elaborate plan, and it will be detailed, but at the last minute, I'm gonna change my mind. You can bet on it. Let's talk about the top. So it is a bodysuit, and I use the pattern from Simplicity. It is 8061. Now this is my pattern. This is my top pattern, as in for my tops. This is the only pattern I use for my simple tops. For my, I want to make this top real quick. This is the one I go to. This is my pattern. I use it for everything. And you might think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. I use this pattern for everything. If it is a top, I use this pattern. and it works for me. So now obviously this pattern is not a bodysuit pattern, but who's gonna hack a pattern? Me and you too, probably. So what I did was I used, I think, version B, and I measured from the base of my neck to the crotch area where the crotch seam would be, and I did the math and added that length to it. Then I cut out the pieces. Now remember, I'm trying to make a bodysuit with 1 yard of fabric, long sleeve, and in my original sketch I had gloves on with 1 yard. Okay, you following me? So it's time to cut out the pattern. Of course, I did not have enough fabric for it. I had enough for the front bodice, I had enough for the back bodice, but when it came to these long arms that needed to be covered by long sleeves, I had to get these scraps. I had to pick them up off the floor and paste them together and make it look like it was all one cut of fabric, but it's not. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay, because what would I have done with the scraps anyway? What would I have done? Nothing. I would have just thrown them away. So I'm completely fine with that. Can you make a bodysuit with 1 yard of fabric? Yes, you can. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can. Anyway, that's what I did, and it came out great. I planned on doing gloves and thumb holes and did not change my mind at the last minute. I was just grateful that my arms were covered, because honestly I didn't think I was gonna make it with that 1 yard of fabric, but God is good. Anyway, I sewed it together. It came out great, so I tried it on, and I used my underwear that I was wearing at the time as a guide for the bodysuit and the crotch seam. I also used Velcro. I know in bodysuits you usually use snaps. I don't like that, so I'm making it myself. I don't have to use snaps. I can use Velcro, and that's exactly what I did, and I loved it, and I still love it to this day. You just shh. It's great. I don't have to. I don't like that. Anyway, I used Velcro, and I recommend it. I haven't washed it yet. FYI, I hand wash a lot of my handmade clothes, so I don't have a recommendation for using Velcro instead of snaps and putting it in a washer or a dryer, but it works for me. To finish my bodysuit, I used a zigzag stitch on the whole thing. I used a zigzag stitch to give it an unfinished look, like an overlocker inside out look. You know, I really like that, especially on knit fabrics. I like it a lot. And so that's what I did, and it came out exactly how I imagined it. Moving on to the shorts. Very easy. I used this short pattern that I made in 2021 with probably another sewing project, monthly sewing project, and I've been using it since. It works for me. It is the same pants pattern, whether I'm making tapered pants or shorts or wide leg pants or whatever, any kind of pants. This is the pattern that I use, that I start off with every time, and it fits great every time. But obviously I was making shorts, so I just added like another 4 inches, hemmed that up, added some pockets, elastic waistband, bing bang boom, there it is. Moving on to the skirt. Very, very simple, one cut. I just cut off the white outline, you know, the selvages, and one seam that baby, and did the same zigzag overlocker inside out look. Hemmed it. It's a paper bag look waist, so you cinched it in the waist, and then it comes out like a paper bag like that, but that waist is also elastic. You guys, this is what I mean when I say I changed my mind at the very last minute. So in the rendering, it was just a simple skirt. It was supposed to be a skirt with a zipper, very simple. 3 hours before I made my first cut, I said, What if the skirt was detachable and there were shorts underneath? And I changed my mind just like that. That's who I am. Sometimes it's frustrating, but I enjoy versatile things, multifunctional clothing. That's what I like. It's just I can make it. Why not make it? I can't always buy it because what I like isn't available, or it's $6,000. So since I can make it, I make it. Takes a little bit more time, but you know, I make what I want. So this was very simple to me, in my opinion. To the untrained eye, or to the non-sewist, it may look really complicated, and that's great. I love a complicated look that's not actually complicated. But a bodysuit, elastic waist shorts, elastic waist skirt, that's over it. Pull the skirt down, bam, shorts. Oh my goodness. To me, it's very simple, very easy to do. I think it's great for the first project for me, for my monthly sewing projects. January to be so simple. You guys, this whole year is going to be very simple, at least with the monthly sewing projects. I plan on having a lot of fun and learning a lot of new things. Also, the pattern on the fabric, oh my goodness. I'm usually a solids girl, or like an ombre type, but this is so fun to start off with for the beginning of the year. I really loved it. It turned out better than I imagined, and I'm learning to get over the fact that the colors are not exactly the same. Without further ado, please enjoy the monthly sewing project 2024 January, First Lady. So let's talk about what I've learned. Number one, when purchasing fabric online, read the description fully. I believe if I would have read every single thing on the page, then there would have been something that said, if you order this fabric, this pattern in 2 different fabrics, the colors might come out different. Had I known that before, I would have been at least prepared. I still would have ordered it. Let's be clear. I still would have gotten it, but I just would have been more prepared. Number 2, to slow down. You guys, I made the bodysuit one day, the shorts one day, and the skirt the next day, and I didn't rush through anything. It was great to be back at the sewing machine, and I really enjoyed every step of it. Number 3, it will not be perfect, so get over it. Number 4, it is okay to change my mind at the last minute. It is okay to change my mind at the last minute. And number 5, I need a new sewing machine. I need a new sewing machine. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the January monthly sewing project of 2024. I'm really excited for this journey. Thanks for all the love and the comments and all of the appreciation and the compliments that you've given me over the past month or so. Now that I'm back on YouTube, I plan on doing a lot more, and I'm really excited for this community. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in February.